Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Om Jnantimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita study group. Thank you all for joining. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Alright, I hope all of you had a lovely week. We are studying the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. A very, very important chapter which starts off by explaining to us the history of the Bhagavad Gita. Right? Then it tells us about when and why the Supreme Lord appears. Right? I'm sure all of us know those important shlokas by now. And then Krishna told us that he is the creator of the Varnashram system. And each one of us can go back to him by simply being very, very dutiful, detached, and devoted.
Right? We all should do our duties based on our varna and our ashram. We should do it in a detached manner. We are not attached to the fruit, so we don't get karma bandhan. And we do it with devotion by offering everything to the Supreme Lord. Right? So that is where Krishna explained the concept of Nishkama Karma Yoga. How do we need to do our karma? Without any expectations. He said each and every one of us should try and do our duty without expecting the fruit, right? The fun. That way we are not bound by karma bandhan. And I hope all of you had a good time studying that Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir, right? That verse. It tells us how we should perform our every karma as a yajna. Okay, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. When all your karma is samadhina, is completely one with the absolute, then you start walking the path of spiritual success. Okay. So Krishna then continues to talk about the law of karma, right? The philosophy of action. He very clearly tells us, Gahana karmano gatihi. This whole law of karma is very, very complicated. So we need to understand what is karma, what is vikarma, and then what is akarma. Right? Karma, doing all your actions as per Guru Sadhu Shastra. Right? But with attachment to the fruits. It will give us punya. Vikarma, when your actions are not based on Guru Sadhu Shastra. They give us pap. Akarma, definitely based on Guru Sadhu Shastra, but with no attachment to the fruits, work done as an offering to the Supreme. Right? So we have to know these definitions by heart. If we want to get out of this cycle of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, then 2 rules apply to us. One, most definitely do not do vikarma. Don't be engaged in doing anything that Guru Sadhu Shastra do not allow. And 2, with the knowledge, especially knowledge given in chapter 4, we should slowly start converting all our karma to akarma. How do we do that? Simple, Krishna says, whatever you do it as a sacrifice. Right? And every sacrifice that you perform, do it with knowledge. Right? So Krishna spoke about the different kinds of sacrifices that each one of us, based on our prakriti, our swabhav, can engage in. Right? But then the natural question was, how do we obtain spiritual knowledge? If I have to do everything based on knowledge, then how do I get this spiritual knowledge? Because just mental speculation, just dry arguments, just independently studying the book is not going to help us get perfect knowledge. So how do I get knowledge? Krishna says, go approach somebody. Right? He says we have to approach a spiritual master, a guru, and that guru needs to be a jnani and somebody who has seen tattva, somebody who's had atma jnan, has had realization, right? Which means he has full theoretical knowledge of the scriptures and he has realized knowledge. And how do we approach a guru? We need to be super humble and we need to surrender. We need to ask him all kinds of relevant questions, and most important, we need to serve the guru. Did anyone learn that verse? Can anyone recite that verse?
तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेशन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिना तत्त्वदर्शिना.
Very nice. Tadvidhi. If you want that knowledge that I am talking about, pranipatena. First, very humbly surrender. Pariprashnena. Please ask all your prashna. And sevaya. Please do a lot of seva. Upadekshanti te jnanam. Then he is going to give you upadesh. He is going to give you jnan. Who is he? He is a jnani and he is a tattva darshinaha. He is a jnani. He knows all theoretical knowledge and tattva darshinaha. He's actually realized all the knowledge that he knows theoretically. Okay? So Krishna says if we do this, then we will never fall into illusion again. All our sins will be destroyed. Last week we did this beautiful verse where we said this boat of knowledge, right? Jnana plava. If we just sit in this tiny boat of knowledge, then even if we are the most sinful among all sinners, we will be able to cross over this ocean of misery. Clear so far? Okay? So we're going to go ahead. In today's verse, Krishna is going to compare knowledge to fire. He says that this fire of knowledge, Jnana Agni, is going to burn to ashes all our karmas, all reactions to our material activities. We all have a heap of karma attached to us, right? All our previous kam, ka, pap and punya, which we've collected over infinite lifetimes. If we are smart enough to get knowledge, if we are smart enough to get spiritual knowledge, then this knowledge is going to act like fire. It is going to burn away all our karmas, right? So it is going to free us from karma bandhan. Okay? So now please repeat after me verse number 37. Yathaidhamsi samidhognir bhasmasat kurute arjuna jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute tatha.
As a blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities.
Thank you. Yathaidhamsi samidhognir bhasmasat kurute Arjuna. O Arjun, just as a tiny spark, right, can become a major fire and destroy an entire forest. Okay, a small fire can burn down a large heap of firewood, right? Choti si aag lag gayi, to entire heap of firewood can be made into bhasma, into ash. Just like that, this Jnana Agni, this fire of knowledge will bhasmasat, will turn into ashes, sarva karmani, all our karmas. Jnana Agni, sarva karmani, bhasmasat kurute tatha. Perfect knowledge, this transcendental knowledge that we are out to get, is compared to a fire. And this fire is capable of burning up the reactions of all our past karmas, whether there is pap or there is punya. Always remember, we are not shuddha. We all have pap and punya that is attached to us that we've collected in our previous lives. On our own, if we keep thinking कि नहीं मैं आगे जाके अकर्म करूंगी, मैं बहुत सारी मेहनत करूंगी, I will pray a lot, I will do a lot of meditation, a lot of tapasya. On our own, we do not have the ability to burn up our past karmas. Maybe we can sudharo what is going forward from this time onwards. But our past, how do we fix? Right? So Krishna is saying simple, don't worry about it. When you get knowledge, this knowledge itself will burn up all your past karmas. And it will burn it up very quickly in this lifetime itself. Right? When we get knowledge, what happens is we understand who we are. I am Atma. We understand who God is. He is Paramatma. We understand our relationship with Him. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishnera Nityadas. Right? We understand that we are supposed to be engaged in service of the Supreme. When we understand all of this, we tend to surrender to God. And when we surrender to God, automatically He takes responsibility and He burns up all our past karma. He releases us from karma bandhan. Is this clear? That is why this Jnana is also called Jnana ki Agni. It is able to burn up all our past karmas. Okay? We'll move ahead to 38. Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalenatmani vindati.
In this world, there is nothing too sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism, and one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys his knowledge within himself in due course of time.
Very nice, beautiful verse. Nahi jnanena sadrushim pavitram iha vidyate. Nothing is more pavitra like jnana. Knowledge is the greatest purifier. Nothing can purify us the way knowledge can. Knowledge is most sublime, most pure. Vidya, right? Vidya is like sunshine. When Vidya enters our life, right? All kinds of darkness, all kinds of tamaha, all kinds of andhakar goes away. Right? Avidya, lack of knowledge, ignorance is the cause of our bondage. And jnana, knowledge, is the cause of our liberation. Always remember, Krishna Surya Saman, Maya hai andhakar. Krishna Surya Saman, right? So Krishna is knowledge. He is bright. Maya is andhakar. Maya is ignorance. Jahan Krishna, wahan nahi Maya ka andhakar. So the minute we start getting Krishna in our lives, the minute we start getting this knowledge of Krishna in our lives, then ignorance cannot stay over there. Right? So avidya will go away. And when that vidya enters our life, then this verse tells us we don't need to go searching for peace anywhere else. We start enjoying peace within ourselves. Tat swayam, very important. Krishna with a lot of love is telling Arjun, ki Arjun, you will be able to purify yourself. Tat swayam, this knowledge that you get will purify you, and then in due course of time, you will understand the whole tattva. Kale natmani. In due course of time, as Kal passes, you will realize your own purity of Atma. See, when we become part of study groups like this one, we discuss so much about spirituality, right? We talk about transcendental topics. But please remember, all of this is theoretical information, right? So theoretical information that we get in these study groups are good, but they're not sufficient by themselves. It's like reading a cookbook, but not entering the kitchen, right? We will have theoretical knowledge about cooking, but that is not going to satisfy our hunger. True? So we really need to enter the kitchen, get all the ingredients together, sweat a little bit and make that khana only that is going to satisfy us. Right? So essentially we need to be like cows. है ना, गाय कैसे जाती है चरने के लिए? Right? She goes, grazes, she eats a lot of grass. But then later she sits down, chewing off the cud, right? She brings it back. She ruminates, she ponders, she reflects, she meditates. And dhire, when she does that, she digests all that grass, and that is how milk is produced. Right? So all of us, we can't just learn recipes. Of course, learning recipe is the fundamental, right? That is the start. But then as a good listener, when your Shravanam is very, very good, right? When you're listening, you should be as attentive as possible. But then after that, throughout the week, you must contemplate on everything that you've heard. You must contemplate on the nuances, on the application, कि भाई ये सब सुना तो सही, अब इसको मैं apply कैसे करूँ, right? And then we develop deep Krishna consciousness. Only then do we get the milk, right? And jitna bhi doodh nikle, we should share it with others. Because the more we share, the more solid our own understanding is going to become. Okay? Therefore, discussing these topics is as important as listening to these topics. Shravanam should be followed by Kirtanam. Listen and talk about it. And talk to your children, talk to your spouse, talk to your friends, talk to your parents, whoever, जो भी सुनने के लिए तैयार है. Prabhupada used to say ना, अगर सुनने वाले मिले तो सुनाओ, अगर सुनाने वाले मिले तो सुनो. Right? But keep that process going. Okay? We may not be able to clearly see कि अच्छा भाई मुझ में ना कुछ transformation हुआ है. But over a period of time, Kale Nathmani, little things will add up. Our daily practices will make us a better version of who we are. Right? Dhire, Kale Nathmani, we will slowly be able to say no to temptations. When Maya dangles something in front of us, we'll be able to say, let it be. Thoda sa postpone karte hain. That is when we will realize that this transcendental knowledge is coming to our rescue. Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, when we are able to dhire, thoda sa get control over them, then we know that this knowledge is actually helping us. Right? When we get our daily dose of listening and when we do our daily attentive chanting, right? Then we know that we will be free from contamination. It is said that Hanumanji to brahmachari the, but when he had to go and look for Sita Maiya, obviously he had to go into the forest, right? And Sita Maiya was not alone. She was with all these concubines of Ravan. You know, all these women scantily dressed, lying anyhow in that forest around Sita Maiya. But in spite of Hanumanji being a Naishtik brahmachari, all that he saw could not contaminate his consciousness. Why? Because he was fixed in knowledge. So in the most provoking, in the most tempting situation, this knowledge keeps us resolute. This knowledge makes sure that we don't give in to small tuchha asaktis. Right? It will help us remember that Krishna may not fulfill our desires the way we want him to, right? Or when we want him to. But we will have that confidence that whatever is going on in our lives is happening as per his plan. Okay? Therefore, knowledge becomes extremely important. Verse number 39, please. Shraddhaval labhate jnanam तत्पर संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति.
A faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace.
थैंक यू. श्रद्धावाल लभते ज्ञानम. किसको ज्ञान का लाभ होगा? Who is going to benefit? Who is going to be the receiver of this transcendental knowledge? Shraddhaval. One who has Shraddha. One who has faith. One who has complete faith in Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Only that person can understand Jnana. Okay, बाकी सब है ना कहानियां सुनेंगे. They will not get knowledge. Okay, so unless we have faith, we cannot get transcendental knowledge. And once we get transcendental knowledge, tatpara sayama indriya. As soon as we get knowledge, we will be able to get sanyam. We will be able to get control of our indriyas, of our senses. Which means we will be able to get out of the gutters of sensuousness that we are now in. Right? We are now in a gutter. Anything attracts us and we go rolling towards it. Right? We need to pull ourselves out from there. We need to get sanyam of our indriyas. We need to lead a regulated lifestyle. Our Netflix series doesn't get over only. 9 बजे शुरू करते हैं, 10 बजता है, 11 बजता है, 12 बजता है, 2 बज जाते हैं, वो सीरीज खत्म नहीं होता है. Right? We are not able to control our senses. We've had proper dinner and yet है ना किसी ने नेचुरल्स का आइसक्रीम मंगा लिया, खा लिया, किसी ने और आम काट लिया, खा लिया, किसी ने जंक का पैकेट खोला, खा लिया. We can't regulate our own lifestyles and all of us suffer from this. Right? It's so hard to zip our senses. But as we get more and more knowledge, Krishna is assuring us that we will be able to get sanyam of our indriyas. We will be able to lead a more regulated lifestyle. And then, jnanam labdhva, when we get this knowledge, we experience param shantim. Highlight that. Supreme peace. In this world, everybody is looking for sukh and shanti. And here Krishna tells us, as soon as you get jnana, jnanam labdhva param shantim, we will be able to experience supreme peace. And does this take a long time? No. Achirenadi gacchati. Ekdam immediately. As soon as you get this knowledge, you will experience that supreme internal peace. Please realize this is not external peace. Arjun is fighting a war. He's standing on the battlefield. And yet Krishna tells him that while there is chaos all around you, you will still experience internal peace. We all live our lives in warlike situations. Right? कुछ ना कुछ तो गड़बड़ होते ही रहता है अपने आसपास. Right? Warlike situation. And yet, Krishna is assuring us that while there is chaos outside, you will be undisturbed. You will be peaceful. You can be meditative. If you have Shraddha and you've got Jnana. So what do we need? Strong faith. We need devotion. We need Indriya Sanyamya, self-control. Right? All of this will come as a package. Foundation is Shraddha. Foundation is faith. And immediately in the next verse, Krishna tells us what happens if you don't have this faith. Adnyascha shraddadhanascha sanshayatma vinashyati nayam lokosti na paro na sukham sanshayatmanah.
But ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God consciousness. They fall down. For the doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next.
So important. है ना? Previous verse told us कि your foundation is Shraddha. If you have Shraddha, you will get Jnana, you will get control of your Indriya, and you will experience Param Shantim. Immediately Krishna says, but if you are adnyas, if you're ignorant, if you're ashraddha, you do not have faith, then what happens? Think of it, even in our everyday lives, right? We live our everyday life on the basis of faith. If I go to a restaurant and order food, I have faith that the chef is not going to poison me. Correct? If I go to a doctor, I have faith that his medicine is going to fix me. If I go for a haircut, I have faith that the beautician is not going to slit my throat with the scissors in her hand. Correct? So my entire life works on faith. So when that great Lord, when that great Acharya is singing the Bhagavad Gita, right, how can I not have faith in it? So in this verse, Krishna is saying कि for a person who is doubting, who is ashraddha wala, then bhai uske liye koi sukh nahi hai. Not just in this world, not even in the next. So Krishna is warning us, don't be adnya, agnyani, don't be ignorant, don't be a fool, right? Pick up the scriptures, study them, get jnana, and don't be ashraddhana, don't be faithless, right? Have faith. Krishna is speaking these words, have faith. Don't have samshay, don't have doubts, because if you have samshay, then तुम्हारा विनश्यति, तुम्हारा नाश होगा, right? All of you have heard the story of the Brahmin and the cobbler? Simple story about faith? No? Okay. So our dear Narad Muni, as usual, he's traveling the entire universe, right? He's doing Narayan, he's singing the glories of God. One day when he's doing this, comes to earth and he passes by, a Brahmin is sitting there. है ना, बड़े जोरों से अपना वेद का श्लोक्स he is reciting. Brahmin is a very proud man. He knows all the Vedas by heart, right? He's chanting several mantras. He bathes 3 times a day. He does a lot of Agnihotras. So he's a very popular Brahmin, right? He just finished his morning rituals and he sees Narad Muni and he says, "Oh, Namaste Narad Muni. Where are you going?" Narad Muni is saying, "Bas, I'm just traveling, hai na? I just go from one planet to another planet." So he says, "Acha, are you going to be going to Vaikuntha soon?" So he says, "Yeah, I will soon be going to Vaikuntha." So he says, "Okay, when you go to Vaikuntha, I'm sure you're going to meet Narayan over there. So when you meet him, ask him, how quickly am I going to go and see him?" And he says, "I'm very curious. I know that very soon I'm going to go meet Narayan. Just ask him, how soon is that day going to come?" Narad Muni says, "Okay, पूछ लूँगा, अभी जाऊँगा तब." है ना? So Narad Muni continues on his journey. When he is continuing, there is a beautiful, people got paid, and under that one cobbler is sitting. Cobbler sees Narad Muni. एकदम he's so excited to see Narad Muni. Immediately दंडवत प्रणाम डालते हैं, है ना? And he says, "Oh my God, Narad Muni, आप क्या वैकुंठ जा रहे हो?" तो बोलते हैं, "हाँ भाई, मैं तो इवेंचुअली जाऊंगा वैकुंठ." तो फिर एकदम हम्बली, एकदम मॉडेस्टली, रिस्पेक्टफुली, है ना, ऐसी दंडवत डाल के ही सेज कि नारद मुनि, मुझे तो पता है कि है ना, मैं तो एक तुच्छ कॉबलर हूँ, है ना, लोगों की जूती सीता हूँ, यहाँ गंद में बैठा हुआ हूँ, बट प्लीज़ ना पूछ लीजिए भगवान से कि कभी तो मेरा कोई भी चांस है क्या कि मैं जाके उनको मिलूँगा, राइट? When in the future will I ever be able to meet him? Narad Muni says, "Okay, I will go to Vaikuntha and I will ask Narayan." So घूमते घामते Narad Muni reaches Vaikuntha, and then when he meets Narayan, वो उनको नमस्कार करते हैं, गप्पा करते हैं, and then he asks Narayan कि Narayan, I have 2 questions for you. I met these 2 people when I was traveling, and they want to know when they're going to be coming to you. So Narayan thinks and he says, "Acha, tell that Brahman ki I don't think he's coming to me anytime soon. He has to live millions of lifetimes before he will be able to actually approach me. But tell that cobbler ki as soon as this lifetime is over, he's coming straight to me." Narad says, "What? I mean, seriously? That Brahmin was reciting such complicated verses when I met him, and that cobbler to bhai kisi ki joote theek kar raha tha wo. Seriously, this is what, is going to happen?" So Narayan says, "Yes." Narad says, "भाई मुझे तो है ना कुछ नहीं समझ में आता भी आपकी लीला, but how do I go and convey this to them? So Narayan says, कुछ नहीं, जाके उनको बता देना. And so they're definitely going to ask you कि what was Narayan doing when you met him in Vaikuntha? That time tell them कि मैं है ना सुई के आंख में से हाथी को ढकेल रहा था. I was pushing an elephant through the eye of a needle. Right? I was pushing an elephant through the eye of a needle. Narad Muni says, okay, आपकी लीला अपरंपार. And so he comes back to earth. When he comes back to earth, he meets the Brahmin. Brahmin says, so, Narad Muni, did you go to Vaikuntha? Did you see Narayan? Did you tell him? I mean, did you ask him how quickly I'm going to go over there? He says, मुझे तो पता है अभी जाने वाला हूँ, लेकिन did you ask him? Narad Muni says, yeah, I did. And sorry, but Narayan said it's going to be a long time before you go to him. This guy gets really angry. He says, ridiculous. I don't believe you've even got to Vaikuntha. I don't believe you met Narayan. I don't even think you're Narad Muni. I think you're some dhongi. है ना? So it is not even possible that I am going to take a long time to go meet Narayan. Chalo, anyways, tell me, when you went over there, what was Narayan doing? So he says, bhai, hathi tha, sui thi. What Narayan was doing is, he was passing this elephant through the eye of a needle. Brahman says, nonsense. I knew. पता ही था मुझे ढोंगी हो तुम. You have not met Narayan. है ना? So Narad immediately understood. अश्रद्धधानश्च अज्ञश्च अश्रद्धधानश्च. राइट? तो ये जो भी वेद के मंत्र बोल रहा था, ये सिंपली रिसाइट किए जा रहा था. So Narad Muni does Narayan, Narayan and goes from there, goes towards the cobbler. Cobbler says, oh my God, Narad Muni, how lovely to see you again. Did you go to Vaikuntha? Did you meet my dear Lord Narayan? Yes. So what did Narayan say? He said, oh, at the end of this life itself, you're going to be meeting him. Hari, Hari, oh my God, really? How merciful is this Lord? Tell me, what was my dear Lord Narayan doing when you met him? So he says, bhai, he was passing an elephant through the eye of a needle. Cobbler रोने लगता है ना, खुशी के आंसू. नारद मुनि says, सच्ची, you believe what I told you? You believe कि Narayan was pushing an elephant through the eye of a needle? He says, yeah, of course I do. He says, how? He says, Narad Muni, look at the tree that I'm sitting under. This banyan tree. Have you ever seen the seed of a banyan tree? इत्तू सा, है ना? अगर एक छोटे से seed में that Lord has put a big tree like this, then why is it difficult for me to accept कि God was passing an elephant through the eye of a needle? Shraddhaval labhate jnanam. Right? So even if we are very, very well versed in all the scriptures, if we don't have Shraddha, then we don't have knowledge. And if we don't have knowledge, then there is no liberation. Right? Whereas, if we have Shraddha, then we don't need to be reciting 1000 shloks. But please, try and learn as many shloks as possible because they're very, very useful. But besides that, Shraddha, faith, is the foundation of all knowledge. Right? So we remember we'd even done that Brahmin who was sitting and just going through the verses of the Bhagavad Gita and he was crying. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passes by and he says, what is it that makes you cry when you read the Bhagavad Gita? So he says, I'm an illiterate Brahman. Right? But every time I see this picture of Krishna being Arjun ka Sarthi, Krishna's Partha Sarthi, I cry. Tears flow from my eyes. Ki look at that great God, what all he will do for his devotee. So faith, कि भगवान जी मुझे भी पार लगा देंगे, मेरे भी लाइफ का चैरियट भगवान जी ही चला लेंगे and he will take me across this warlike life. Right? So that is Shraddha. So 4th chapter starts with giving us knowledge and it ends with telling us that all this knowledge, if you want to make it a part of your system, then please understand all you need is Shraddha. Simple? Okay. Now the verse is going to summarize everything that we've learnt in this chapter so far. Verse number 41. Yoga sanyasta karmanam ज्ञान संचिन्न संशयम् आत्मवन्तं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय.
One who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his actions, and whose doubts have been destroyed by transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus he is not bound by the reactions of work, O conqueror of riches.
Very nice verse. Yoga sanyasta karmanam. Okay? When you have given up all attachment to karma, you're attached to God, you're doing karma yoga, and you've taken sannyas from the results. Do we understand? Karma yoga is what you're doing. You're doing all your actions, but you've given up attachment to the fruits of your actions. At that time, jnana sanchinna samshayam. You've got jnana. And because of that, all your samshay chinna chinna ho gaye hain. All your doubts have been destroyed. Okay? You're doing karma yoga. You've got knowledge. And because of your knowledge, all your doubts are destroyed. Then, atmavantam. You become atmavantam, which means you understand very clearly ki I am Atma. I am not this body. Then as you pass through the day, whatever activities you do, you're conscious of the fact ki I am Atma. I am not this body. Whatever pain, pleasure, sukh, dukh is happening to my body. Inside I am Satchit Ananda. Right? Atmavantam. Then na karmani nibandhati. No work can ever put you in bandhan. Right? When we do our everyday action as a service to God, as a yajna, then Krishna says, whatever work you do will not bind you. Karma will give you karma bandhan only when you are doing it mere liye. Me, myself and I. When that is your thought, then karma will put you in karma bandhan. But when work is done for the pleasure of God, when work is done as duty, when work is done with devotion, then karma bandhan is not going to act on us. It's like saying I'm multiplying something with 0. If I multiply 10 with 0, 0. If I multiply 100 with 0, 0. I multiply 1000 with 0, 0. मैं कितना भी काम कर लूं, I will not get karma bandhan. Right? So when I am enlightened, when I realize I am Atma, and then I perform hajar work in the world, that work will not bind me because I am doing that work as a pleasure for God. I am offering all my work to God. Right? And then Krishna ends the chapter by saying, Tasmad Ajnana Sambhutam. Tasmad Ajnana Sambhutam. Ritastham Jnana Sinatmanaha. Beautiful, right? So instead of Bharata, put your own name over there. Right? Put Sonal, put Rajashri, put Mayuri, put Subbalakshmi. God is saying, Tasmad, therefore, Ajnana Sambhutam. Because of Ajnan, right? Ritastham, in your heart, you got a lot of questions. Right? A lot of doubts. But now, use Jnanaka Asina, the sword of knowledge. See how beautifully Krishna speaks, right? He speaks of the fire of knowledge, the deep of knowledge, the sword of knowledge. He says, take the sword of knowledge and kill all your doubts. Destroy all your doubts. Right? Because Jnana Agni, he had said, is going to burn up all your doubts. Just like that, take the sword, destroy all the doubts, and Atishtho Uttishtha Bharata. He ends by saying, I've given you so much knowledge. Right? I have spoken 41 verses of spiritual knowledge for you. Remember, in the second chapter, Krishna became Arjun's guru. Right? Karpanya dosha upatsvabhavaha prichamitvam dharma sammudha chetaha. At that point, he had said, Mera chetana pura sammudha ho gaya hai, Krishna. So I am becoming your shishya. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. So Arjun had surrendered to the Lord as disciple. Krishna accepted him, right? Krishna gave him so much knowledge, gave him pura Atma Tattva, spoke about Karma Yoga, and now in this chapter spoke 41 verses on spiritual knowledge. Now Krishna is saying, Itna tumne sun liya hai, have faith. Use Jnana ka asina. Use that sword, that weapon of knowledge, and cut off all the doubts that have come into your mind. Atishtho, be situated in that knowledge, and Uttishtha. So far, what did Arjun think? Arey va, knowledge mil gaya hai. Now I can sit and I can think about this knowledge. Right? I can get liberation with knowledge. But Krishna says, Uttishtha, stand up. Right? Stand up and fight, O Bharat. Arise, stand up, take action. This is a call for each one of us, every single seeker. Krishna is not saying कि मैंने तुमको theory दे दिया, अब बैठो like the cow, sit and ruminate. No, Krishna has ended the 4th chapter by saying, Uttishtha, get up and act. Act in the spirit of yajna. And if you do that, Param Shantin is what you will get. Right? Supreme peace is going to be yours. So with knowledge, don't go and become a sannyasi. With knowledge, don't go run away to the forest. Apply this knowledge in your everyday activities. Right? This entire knowledge that I have spoken to you, that I have told you कि मैंने विवस्वान को भी दिया था. Right? विवस्वान ने मनु को दिया था, मनु ने इक्ष्वाकु को दिया था. Like that, Raj Rishiyon ke through, this knowledge has been coming. Right? And each one of them with that knowledge has acted dutifully. Right? Great kings like Janak Maharaj have used this knowledge and run beautiful kingdoms. Great kings like Amrish Maharaj have used this knowledge, been kings. Raja ko to kitna kaam hota hai? He's done all his work and yet he has been free of karma bandhan. Why? Because he's got this Jnana ka asina which he keeps sharpening regularly by study of the scriptures. Right? So now with this knowledge, act in the spirit of yajna. And Param Shanti is yours to enjoy. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Chaturtho Dhyayah. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. That brings us to the end of the 4th chapter. Right? Granthrat Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you all for joining.